Hey guys, it's Alan, the Fireman 1028, and today I'm back with our 2022 Honda CRF300L, aka the KTM Killer, and today we are going to start our 550 Performance Stage 1.0 modifications. And the first one we're going to do is going to be their Performance Airbox lid. So let's get started. All right guys, so here is the Airbox lid from 550 Performance. Like I said, it is a this is a 3D printed design from Maverick at 550 Performance, and it's got the material on it, kind of the it repels water. How about that? And which is actually the same material that I got a company in California working on the DNA Stage 2 filter for the 390 Enduro R. And actually, I need to touch base with them and see kind of what the progress is of that. And I think it's something that they might actually be able to produce, kind of mass produce for everybody. But so this is going to be the beginning of our Stage 1.0 modifications. We've done the stock improved, which was we left the bike 100% stock. We just changed the ECU. Now, if you'll look at the chart with me. So the Stage 1.0, now if you notice here on the chart, at stock improved, the things that have O's on them are required, and anything with the plus will add to the performance gains, but it's not required. So stock, and we're just going to do the stuff that is required. That way we keep the baseline the same. I have reached out to Maverick to see if his dyno charts only include the stock items, or the required items, or if they have any additional items to them. So Stage 1.0. So the Stage 1.0 is going to have it's going to be a reflashed ECU. So Maverick sent me the stock improved ECU. We have that installed in the bike now, and you can see that video. Just go back a couple videos on this playlist, and you'll see that. So we're going to take our stock ECU that came out of the bike, and we're going to send that back to Maverick. He's going to flash that for Stage 1.0, and then we're going to have the stock, as you see on here, the stock air filter under Stage 1.0, the high flow airbox lid, which is this guy here. The other items are additional performance, but again, we're not going to add those until they're actually required. We go over. It does require a full exhaust system. So, and we have a full Yoshimura system that we're going to be installing on another video. So a full, a head pipe and a silencer. The bore has to remain the same, the camshaft remain the same, and the cylinder head remain the same. So stock 1.0 is really all we're doing is we're adding the airbox lid, we're adding the full exhaust system, and we're adding the reflashed ECU for the 1.0 additions. So let's get started. Now, if you'll look at the this Stage 1.0 91 octane Stage 1.0 dyno chart with me, if you notice that the Stage 1.0 gives you 27.87 horsepower at 7961 RPM. Interesting that the RPM, your max RPM actually went down versus the stock 23.5. So I mean, so that's a good, you're almost at 15%, 20% increase. Now, if you look at the 6,000 RPM range, you're somewhere around about 24 horsepower. Now, I've done the math on that, and if the Stage 1.0, now if you take into account the weight of the exhaust system, the savings is about a 4-pound savings. That brings the wet weight for our 300L down to 303 horsepower. 303 pounds, and at 6,000 RPM, you're looking at 23.5 horsepower. That gives you a power to weight ratio of 12.9 to 1 at that 6,000 RPM range. Again, that's what we're looking at on the off-road side. On-road is a whole different story. You're going to use every bit of that RPM, you're going to use every bit of it, but I'm talking off-road. So very interesting that at the Stage 1, you're at 12.9 to 1. Now, if you go to the KTM 390 Enduro R. Now, and here's the dyno chart for that, which is from Kuber, and that's with the Kuber LM device and with their DCAT. So that's taken into account the weight savings, and that's also taken into account the additional horsepower. At 6,000 RPM, you're at 27.5 horsepower. which actually comes to 13.27 to 1. So even at stage 1, our CRF300L actually has a better power to weight ratio at that 6,000 RPM range than our 390 Enduro does. Now, the peak horsepower is still completely different. Again, off-road, we're right there. Actually, we're already beating it a little bit. On-road, it's gonna be a whole different story. With the Cougar, you're actually at 9.34 to 1 at peak horsepower. So it's still a huge difference, but in our off-road portion, again, we're already at a better power to weight ratio at at that specific RPM of 6,000. Again, that was just kind of our arbitrary number that I chose. But again, if you look at off-road riding and look at my off-road riding, I ride between 5,000 and 6,000 RPM. So that's why I chose that RPM range right there. I'm not riding at 9,000 RPM or 8,000 or anywhere. I'm riding around 5 to 6, 4, 5, 6 in that range. So that's why I'm looking at the power to weight ratio in those ranges. So again, just some additional information. I just thought that was kind of interesting. So this is a really simple install. If you see anything that you like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Subscriptions are really the ultimate compliment for me. And so let's get started. So this is going to be a really incredibly simple install, but this is a really high quality part that that Maverick over at 550 has developed and manufactured himself, or whoever had manufactured did a fantastic job. I mean, this looks factory right here. So all we have to do is we're going to pull off these two 5mm. And that'll allow us to take this panel off right here. Now you got a couple pop rivets right here. There's one there, there's one there, and then separate that piece, and there's our cover right there. Now, we're going to reuse the stock screws, and if you notice, the shape of this is exactly the same. It even includes the threaded insert for that screw that goes on right there. So well designed. Now the good thing of how Maverick set everything up with 550 is that each one of the mods kind of adds to the next one right there. The stock improved is literally just the ECU, nothing else, and that's how it's tuned. That's how it's designed. The stage 1 is the high flow air cover here, and a full exhaust system, nothing else. You can add other things to it. You can add the snorkel to it. You can add the velocity stack to it, but it's not required. You can add a high flow air filter, but it's not required. And his dyno numbers are based off of this stock configuration, which is again, the airbox lid and the full exhaust system. Stage 1.5, again, that takes it that much further. That goes a little deeper. That includes the snorkel. That includes the velocity stack. It's just a little bit different tuning. We're probably going to skip the 1.5 and go straight to the 2.0, just simply because the gains are just, it's once you get that deep into the engine, might as well go ahead and do the cam. So again, this is pretty simple. And 1.0 it requires the base numbers include the stock air filter, so you don't even really need a high flow air filter for the stage 1. And if you saw on that dyno chart, those numbers were actually really impressive and brings that overall power to weight ratio down, but really brings the 6,000 RPM power to weight ratio and actually, again, puts it ahead of the KTM at that 6,000 RPM range. Will the KTM blow it away on the road? Yeah, probably. Now, one thing to show you, and Maverick puts a little sticker on his lid, is what you have to do. Let me take this little sticker off. Be really careful with this filter material. It's glued in place there, but it's not a ton of glue. What you have to do is on your stock lid, there's a gasket inside this little ring right here. So you need to pop that gasket out and put it inside of your new filter cover. Okay, so here's our two lids, and you see, like I said, the design is exactly the same. Inside here, there's a rubber gasket right there. Just got to pull this guy out. Pull this guy out. Third time's a charm. Pull this guy out of the stock filter housing, this guy here, and place it in the housing for the 550 Performance lid. Just kind of press it in place. And that's it. It's ready to go on the bike. Now again, we still have the stock air filter in place. Nothing crazy there. Stage 1.5 does include a high flow air filter, but for right now, stage 1, we're gonna install this guy back in place. All right, and that's it. That concludes the installation of the 550 Performance high flow air filter lid. And like I said, this is the beginning of our stage 1.0 modifications. Next one's gonna be this big old ugly exhaust right here is coming off, and a full Yoshimura exhaust is going on. So we'll take it for a ride. Probably won't have time to do an off-road ride. I finally was able to get the preload adjusted on this this Race Tech rear shock, so we should be in good shape there. We got a couple other products from Race Tech that we're going to be putting on the bike, so it's going to be really fun to see how those kind of add to the bike right there. But like I said, if you see anything that you like, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. God bless. Roll Tide, and remember, tomorrow needs you. Thanks, guys.